I don't know what will happen. Personally, I've done my own. I have participated. I've been in this matter since 2015. I have gone to abroad on 3 occasions. I presented the case at IBA. I have done what I'm supposed to do. If Justice James Omotosho said that you want to convict Nnamdi Kanu, I would like to know the basis on by which you are going to convict him. That one is one. Then 2, the resultant effects that I don't know, because I don't know what will be in your mind. I don't know what will be in my mind. On my own, I cannot fight. But I would also advise that they should go on appeal. I will advise him to go on appeal. But what other people are planning, that I don't know.
Nnamdi Kanu was initially charged with treason, terrorism, and illegal possession of firearms in 2015. He was granted bail in April of 2017, but subsequently fled the country.
This is the problem I have with Nigerian mainstream media. He subsequently fled the country. How? You don't just report news halfway. What happened that led him to flee out of the country? You see, this whole psychophancy in reportage is just a big problem that Nigerian media have. It is a very big problem, and this is why it's more like whatever the federal government says they should report is what they report. Everything is always filtered. Let's continue watching.
In a major development in June of 2021, he was rearrested and extradited to Nigeria. He's been held in the Department of State Services facility ever since. He has been facing terrorism charges related to his campaign for the secession of the southeast of Nigeria. He's facing charges of treasonable felony, unlawful possession of firearms, and managing an unlawful society. However, on February the 10th, 2022, the Kenyan government filed an affidavit confirming that Kanu entered Kenya on May the 12th, 2021 as a British citizen, and that there was no official record of his departure. This strengthened claims that he was unlawfully renditioned to Nigeria. A court in Kenya would later rule that Kanu's arrest and transfer from Kenya to Nigeria in June of 2021 were unlawful and violated his fundamental human rights. In 2022, he approached the Court of Appeal, challenging the decision to proceed with his trial in view of the legal issues surrounding his rendition from Kenya. The appellate court agreed with him and discharged him of all charges, ruling that the rendition was illegal. However, on December the 15th, 2023, the Supreme Court overturned the Court of Appeal judgment, stating that Kanu still faced valid terrorism charges and must stand trial. This decision cleared the way for the trial to resume at the Federal High Court.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law.
The trial commenced fully this year, but not without drama, as Kanu accused the trial judge, Justice Binta Nyako, of bias, asking her to recuse herself from the case. Justice Nyako agreed to recuse herself from the case, which was subsequently reassigned to Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court. On March the 21st, 2025, the trial resumed before Justice Omotosho as Kanu faced 7 terrorism-related counts. He pleaded not guilty. In May of 2025, the court admitted video evidence from the prosecution. But later, in a significant win for the defense, Justice Omotosho ruled during a trial within a trial that all of Kanu's previous statements to the DSS were made under duress and without legal representation, rendering them inadmissible. After calling witnesses, the prosecution closed the case in trial on June the 20th, 2025. On September the 22nd, the trial took another twist as Kanu applied for improved medical access, which the court referred to the Nigerian Medical Association. The association would eventually state that he is fit to stand trial.
This is another twist. The Nigerian Medical Association brought a doctored result to the court, and till today, they've not ruled on it. They just bypassed everything. Every single pathway of getting justice for Nnamdi Kanu have always been bypassed by these people in court. What is this? And the media is following it up, reporting what I don't know, reporting rubbish.
In October of 2025, Kanu sacked his entire legal team, citing a need to represent himself and assess his case files to prepare for a defense that he claimed would involve calling over 20 witnesses. When he was asked to open his defense, this is how he approached it.
Oh my goodness, this is really triggering. What do you mean this is how he approached it? This is what happened. The law that is being tried with has been repealed. It is a repealed law. It doesn't have a background to his pending case in court. Why are these people so dumb that they don't go straight to what happened and how it happened? Must everything be turned upside down in this Nigerian media? The mainstream media, must everything be turned upside down? Because as a mainstream media, You are to say the things the way it happened. There shouldn't be any bias. There shouldn't be any hoarding of information or whatever. You say it the way it happened. So what do you mean by he approached it like this? He obviously stated that you cannot try him on a law that doesn't exist in Nigeria's constitution. It is as simple as that. So why taking it as if he refused to enter the fence?
Your constitution says you cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law.
The court is now set to deliver its final verdict on November the 20th, 2025, determining the fate of the IPOB leader after years of legal battles.
Well, Nigeria judiciary is just so laughable, and it is quite unfortunate that the media house is actually backing the impunity of the judiciary in this very case. Because when you actually recounting on the proceedings of Nnamdikanu's court appearances since he was actually abducted from Kenya, there are things you don't hide anything. You say the way they happened. You say the way it happened. You know, you don't breach anything, trying to cover up and all of that. Now, Kanu refused to enter the fence because the law through which he's to be tried is a repealed law. And it is important that the judge, Justice Omotosho, handling this case, address this concern. It is a very valid concern in the court. So why is he bypassing such valid concern, heading up to rulings? Today we are going to watch her to see what plays out. There are many breaches of fundamental human rights here. And today we just say a lot about how rotten the Nigerian judiciary have become.
So invariably, you are saying that the president's body language is not in favor of release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Of course, it's not. We are not in this time when we carry out demonstration asking the president to release Nnamdi Kanu. People say that we are the ignorant people, a go-grow set of people talking about nonsense in the social media and the television, that we are protesting against the judiciary. We are protesting against the judiciary. Judiciary was there, and somebody took that matter there, and we are protesting the person. You can withdraw it, which is normal. You don't even need it, just spam. I don't withdraw this and everything end. That's what we are saying. That's what you are protesting. It's the president. And why this thing is penning me? It's penning me. I continue to say it anywhere I went. All of them has benefited from my own activism. I can say it from Wike. When Rotimi Amechi used the military, the prime military wanted to kill Wike, I was on one media house shouting, "You don't do this kind of thing." We were criticizing what Rotimi Amechi was doing, because what he was doing that time was wrong. You use military men, and they were going, all those wicked supporters in their houses. They were shooting most of them in Port Harcourt. We are here raising alarm, criticizing it. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, when President Obasanjo withheld his Lagos State allocation, we are criticizing it. We are saying it is not good, it is bad. When Jonathan was doing this thing, I continued to ask for his apology, for his forgiveness. I'm talking about Jonathan. All of us who went to Ojota, we protested, Occupy Nigeria. We moved. Enter my boss, go to Ojota, do the protest. When Adam Soshimole was arrested, I was in the protest with Chimoban.
Late Chimoban.
We were there in Lagos. When we heard that he has been arrested by the SSS, we intensified our protest. What are we talking about? Why should you now want to destroy what we are known for? That's why I say that I'm not happy with the president, because I was seeing him as a Democrat. But you can never know who somebody is until you give the person power. So this thing of Nnamdi Kanu, yes, you are not the person that arrested him. But now that you have come on board, I thought that first day you said that subsidy is gone. You would have used that opportunity. Everything that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu discontinued. My brother, come. What is the problem? I just came in. Why are you agitating? Why do you want to be on your own? Tell us. You are my son. You are my brother. What is the problem? Can we talk? So he went and said, look at what I'm agitating. Look at what I'm agitating for Biafra as a result of this. You said, okay, why not allow me? Give me time. Let me see how I can address all those issues. Because from what I'm seeing, we'll be more formidable if we are one. There's no need of everybody disintegrating. Let's see how we can make it. You start addressing all those issues that gave rise to the agitation. Even his supporters will say, okay, since this man have done it, let us. So this is how all this is having done. Not you are keeping him. Rather, you are sending police and the military to go and negotiate with the real bandits. They are coming to meeting with a AK-47, Bull, Karashika, and what have you. And you are keeping this one. Anytime he's coming to court, to deploy all the whole army, give us 30 persons, police give us 400 persons, making mockery of Nigeria. And those who are supposed to advise you are not giving you the real advice. So that is why I said he is the person that is with him.
Let's look at it. How do you feel as a lawyer, seeing some of these judgments from the courts How do you feel?
I feel bad. I feel bad. But I don't want to go into that. I have taken a judge to court to NJC. I don't want to go into the details because you are not a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. You engage me. That means I should represent you. And you don't need to be a lawyer to know that once you have, okay, let me just use something like land. And the court said, anybody with his CFO, anybody with his this should be declared the owner of the land. And I have this. And anybody with this should not be declared. And the other person have this. Only for you to change it. Only for the judge to change it. You, that's my client. What will you ask me? Because you don't need to be a lawyer for you have read it. That's one of the things Nnamdi is complaining. And that's one of the things that he made some of us that we should allow him to handle his case. Just like as I told you, my duty is in court. My duty first is to the court before my client. If I enter court as a lawyer, I'm a worshiper in the temple of justice. I don't know whether you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And my Lord is the Lord who is the master of the court. So I'm a worshiper. So my client whom I'm representing, my own duty to him is secondary, while that of course is first. Now, where my Lord made a mistake or say something in terms of ruling, what I'm expected to do is as the court pleases. No matter how I grieve, I will say as the court pleases, my Lord, we thank you for the ruling. Then if you now want to go on appeal, you go on appeal. But you that is a lawyer, how can you see that judgment, that you know that it is wrong? You know that it is wrong. And your lawyer is thanking my Lord for that ruling. I don't know what I'm saying.
Sure.
You feel somehow. When we see a lot of things happening in court, you begin to ask yourself a question. My book on terrorism will come out by February. Now, in terrorism is a crime. Now, for you to prove the offense of terrorism, there must be A, B, C, D. And the law said if you have A, B, C, and there is no D, it will collapse. But in the situation whereby the law said A must be there, B must be there. You did not prove A that is there, B that is there. You now go to D. And the person you are trying, you said, no, my Lord, you said this A must be there. And he said, don't worry, I will address A when I finish D. He said, no, my Lord, the law said that you must do A, do B, do C before you get to D. So in that particular position, as a lawyer, I will say as the court pleases, and I will leave it at that.
Even in pains.
Even in pains. So you that is not a lawyer who is my client, you may not understand it. You may say, but I would have just tell my, that is the issue. So you are asking why all these judgments off. I'm not doing any other thing. This is my own Obeta market. This is my own Pachanja market. This is my own Use market. So when people begin to lose confidence in the judiciary, what will I be doing? I have a client, I think I told you this the other day. I have a client, he has 6 duplex there in Guarempa. People are living there. They're not paying. He said, Max, just eject everybody there. Tell me your price without court. Don't go to court. Use anything. He's living in Canada with the family. I said, no, there is nothing. He said, is it court? He said, yes, let them leave. Don't even bring. I pleaded. He said, no, if it is Nigerian court, forget about it. I said, okay, let me use my money now and be doing it. He said, if it's Nigerian court, forget about it. The wife now called. So there is no any other way you can do this thing. I said, there is no. He said, can't you use Ambanga? Can't you use it out? Can't you use people this money? I said, no. They were either saying, I say, no, there is no judiciary in Nigeria. So that is the and when if it continues like that, we are leading to the state of anarchy. I saw one who told the client, do you think that I'm going to court? I will do something that I will do here. Is there people that will come and take me to court, to police? A very big bad threat. Better leave. Left. So it's discouraging. It's not good.
All right, let's go to the case you have against you instituted against the NMA. What's it? Association. What's it all about?
Well, my dear brother, it's rather unfortunate the kind of society we're in. Nnamdi, it started in this way. Nnamdi was at the DSSS, passing through having a lot of medical issues. So he pleaded with us that we should talk to DSSS, that let DSSS allow him to get his own private doctor, which we pleaded. So DSSS now said that we should also bring our own daughter. So we now brought Professor Martin Aj Professor Martin Aji was the former Provost, College of Medicine, Professor Emeritus, former Dean, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Medicine, University of Nigeria and Soka. He is retired, Professor Emeritus. So we brought him, he now came and examined Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After examining Nnamdi Kanu, he wrote a report that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be taken to National Hospital for proper medication. So based on that report, we now apply to court. We told DSSS said they cannot take him except there is an order of court. We now apply to court for court to order DSSS to take him there. Lo and behold, they will file the motion. And the prosecution filed a counter affidavit deposed by another medical doctor, DSSS medical doctor, countering all those things. Professor Haj said, Professor Haj take specimen of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, run test, gone through this thing, and were able to examine what is disturbing this man and wrote. Now you guys has never examined Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you never had any issue, any this thing with him. You now write a counter affidavit countering what Professor Haj said, saying that is a lie. I've never seen that kind of medical misconduct in my life. We petition the man to Nigerian Medical Council. Of course, in their way. I've written about 2 petitions there. They don't read the petition. They normally do collaborate. I can tell you this, speaking by experience. Now, when the matter now came up, when the issue now came up, we now approach court with respect to his health. And that was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was about to open his defense. So the court now said, directed Nigerian Medical Association to examine one, the health condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the 2, whether Nnamdi Kanu is fit to stand trial. That was the order of court. So court adjourned. I think gave them 8 days. So while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in his cell room at the DSSS, waiting for the medical association to send people that to come and carry out the order of court, you never see them. The thing we now saw in court is medical report. So, and they serve us through our lead counsel, the Ankara, they serve us in court. I said, so before I could say Jack Robinson, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu entered court, I was the person that said, Mazi, look at the medical report this people wrote. He said, when? Before we could say Jack Robinson, the court now, my lord now entered inside the court. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was like, we were unable to say, to discuss with him. The prosecution now say, my lord, in line with court order, my lord, we have done the medical, this, look at the report. My lord adopted it. So it was after court when I asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I said nobody came to examine him. Where did they get the sample and the listen? They used to write this report. And in that report, they wrote a lot of things. We said what? Now we now call them, we notify them. How do people manage to come up with this report? And they did not do anything. They were making noise about it. To worsen the issue, the court ordered. The court made the order. The medical report came earlier before the order. I think that order was made. Is that in the last week of September? I've forgotten the date the order was made. That was when the order was made, or 8th of October, thereabout. But the report now came via a date that came before the order. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. Now, does it mean that what actually happened? So I began to inquire, and the court also ordered that the chief medical director of National Hospital should be involved. They sidelined him. Then what happened? If you should ask me, I don't know what happened. But do you make any inference? Yes, I make inference. Inference I made is that these people must have collected money from federal government. They must have collected bribe and to behave in such a manner. Otherwise, I don't know what will make a medical doctor who was sworn in to protect life, to save life, will go and write a report of somebody, medical report. No psychology, no medical psychology into that thing. Because one, somebody may be physically fit, but the person will not be mentally fit. You need to examine the person very well. Somebody you may be seeing somebody talking, but you don't know that the person is having a lot of issues. You need to calm the person down. You need to work on his psyche, work on his mental before you now ask him to enter trial. They wrote that report, and they said that from their own findings, he's fit to face trial. Shame on Nigerian Medical Association, and I'm believing that up to now, members of Nigerian Medical Association has not removed emotion that those people, their leaders should step aside. They don't know their left and right. They are fraudsters.
Well, let's wrap up this way. In your opinion, if the court delivers judgment against Nnamdi Kanu, what do you think will happen?
I don't know what will happen. Personally, I have done my own. I have participated I've been in this matter since 2015. I have gone to abroad on 3 occasions. I presented the case at IBA. I have done what I'm supposed to do. If Justice James Omotosho said that you want to convict Nnamdi Kanu, I would like to know the basis on by which you are going to convict him. That one is one. Then 2, the resultant effects that I don't know, because I don't know what will be in your mind. I don't know what will be in my mind. On my own, I cannot fight. But I will also advise that they should go on appeal. I will advise him to go on appeal. But what other people are planning, that I don't know. I hear them saying. But if you should also ask me as somebody that is Nigerian, people will not be happy. People will not be happy because people have been calling me, people are showing concern, people are feeling for him. You saw what happened in the Supreme Court. He went to file his paper. I was surprised. Staff of the Supreme Court to troop out in my presence from when before that they would have gone to Court of Appeal. That of Court of Appeal, nobody videoed it. They were praying, they were including police officers. Nothing will happen to you, you will defeat all of them. God will put them to shame. I know what I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. When we went to Supreme Court, it was something else. Everybody would want to snap picture with him. Even when the JSS are pushing, somebody that you are trying as a terrorist, the staff of the Supreme Court, people want to ask where they can be of help. When they were coming, they were shouting, I'm saying, the freedom fighter, God will protect you, God will do you. They will all die before. They were saying it. That video you see, I think it's the one somebody managed to, because JSS don't allow people to video. Do you know that there was a day, I don't know who shared that story, that Nnamdi Kanu has been released. It was something else. Jubilation everywhere. That's the person you want to go and convict. When you convict him, for what? For what offense? For what offense?
Exactly my point. For what offense? For what background is Nnamdi Kanu going to be convicted? Because you can't just head up to the rulings that doesn't even have a standard, a judicial standard of its proceedings and all of that. So for what offense is Nnamdi Kanu going to be convicted? I know a lot of people, like many people, including me myself, knows how this thing is going to play out today. It is going to be a bad day for Nnamdi Kanu. But the truth remains that after this, it will not end here. And Tinubu should know this. So many people are pledging him not to release Nnamdi Kanu, especially from the northern part of Nigeria. A lot of them, like I should just say, all the northerners do not want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. And that is because they do not want his government to be stable. They want to instigate Tinubu's government. And Tinubu should act with wisdom. What happened to Goodluck? Goodluck was never ready to back down as the president of Nigeria. He allowed them to manipulate the elections and all of that. But he was strict. He was frustrated with the Chibok girl saga. He was frustrated with Boko Haram. The same Boko Haram that infiltrated his government and made sure that every single thing he does never, went through. So it is important that Tinubu act with wisdom, because this is the same tactics and it's been exploited already. Because to me, releasing Nnamdi Kanu even is just going to be the best. It's going to be an advantage for Tinubu's government in the side of his re-election in 2027. There are many advantages. Because the truth of the matter is that if by peradventure Nnamdi Kanu is convicted today, it is going to be a war. It is going to be a war to be inflicted on Tinubu's government. It is as simple as that. So employing a political solution is what I stand for. Remember, the appeal court ruled and acquitted, discharged Kanu. We'll just keep watching to see how everything goes. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you would always get notified each time we drop any update.